everybody, and welcome to the Grace Regato softball field on the complex of Babe Ruth baseball. And this year there will be Babe Ruth softball. They're bringing the softball back. Softball was big with Babe Ruth many years ago. Now they're bringing it back. They're also bringing back a older baseball league. So they're going to be very busy during the summer with Jeff Earp, and I'll stop there because there's a whole bunch of people that contribute. They do a great job to keep these fields in shape. Dave Raymond does a tremendous job on the softball field. He's retired. He doesn't have to do it. He doesn't get a nickel. But he comes down, rakes it, and cuts the grass and puts the lines down. And he does a terrific job for these young ladies to play here. And this one is the one you want to win every year. Like I say, it's Thanksgiving in April, English and classical. If you're going to win one, this is the one you want to win. These young ladies know each other well. They've played against each other in other sports. Some of them are close friends. So they know each other well. So to win this means everything. Now they'll play twice. So if you can win this one, you guarantee a split. So the bragging rights will go first, the team that wins this one. And the loser will have to catch up. Never or neither Eth. The shortstop for classical is the hitter. Hits it off the third baseman's glove. She's got a base hit. So classical gets the leadoff hitter on. For Michaela Poisson. And she is one of the family members, I believe, that got wiped out on that horrible fire at Broadway. And they've had some fundraisers. They have a GoFundMe page on Facebook. As Eth steals second base. So if you can go to Facebook, look it up. Anything you can donate would help these people. It's going to be a horrible, terrible feeling to wake up and find out you've got nothing and everything is gone. So anybody, anything you can do, any help at all, will help these people. Janessa Lopez on the mound for English. Classical looking to stay over 500. They're 3-2. English looking to go over 500. They're 2-2. English looking for 2 in a row here at the Grace Regato Complex. Swing and a miss. English was up and down. They had a tough game against Everett. Didn't get a hit. They only had the Everett pitcher pitched a perfect 5 innings. No base runners for English. Then they came back. And they had their hitting shoes on. I got a lot of hits, base running, a lot of wild pitches, and they scored and beat Somerville. So it's been up and down the last couple of games. Popped up behind second base. It's in for a base hit. The run will score. So Poisson helps herself with a single and an RBI. And Issy Fessler, the catcher, is the hitter. Issy's a very good player. Fakes the bunt so the runner can steal second base. And again, Gospel has a runner at second with nobody out. But now they have a run in. Up and away for a ball. Poisson is running for herself. Usually they have a runner for the pitcher. Hit the second base. Angela Martinez with the catch for the first out of the game. Manuela Lozado, the center fielder, is the hitter. That one goes through the wickets. Poisson will wind up at third on the pass ball. Nice stop by Whitney. Not a bad day. It was cool. It was supposed to warm up a little bit. This being the holiday, the marathon is off and running. Happy holiday to everybody. Hit in the air to left field. Sliding, it bounces in front of her. And Lozado will get a double and an RBI. Good effort by Chen. She's a very good outfielder. She went in, tried to slide, dive, make the catch. It just dropped in front of her. And Classical's grabbed a 2-0 lead, and Reese Brickler, multi-sport athlete at Classical. Very good basketball player. Classical jumping out quickly. High for a ball. Diving back at second base is Lozado. She started to go to third when the ball went off the catcher's glove, and it rolled away. And she thought she could go and then didn't, and then she had to dive back. So Brinkler draws a walk. Rachel Dana. She's without a father this week. He's down in Florida, the coach of the St. Mary's baseball team. They take off, and the double steal puts runners at second and third. So Classical getting out quickly against English. I mentioned Derek is the baseball coach at St. Mary's. And the softball team and the baseball team, like the basketball teams do, they took a trip to Florida on this vacation week. Swing and a miss. Nice stop by Whitney on a pitch in the dirt. It was colder this morning. warm up a little bit. Blue skies, there isn't a cloud anywhere. And she swings and misses. And still a little bit of a breeze keeps you awake, but it's supposed to get a little warmer as the day progresses. Hopefully it will. Swing and a miss, she gets it for strike 3. That's a big out. Emily Teneo, the third baseman, is the hitter. Hit into left center field. She got all of that one. Drilled it deep. In with a double. A big 2-out hit by Teneo. She gets a couple of RBI. So a big 2-out hit. She jumped on that pitch and drilled it. And Classicals jumped out to a 4-0 lead. And Gianna Cueto is the 8th hitter in the inning. That was a rip to left center field all the way to the fence. Hit into left field for a base hit. In to score. Another big 2-out hit by Cueto. And Amanda Tobin, the second baseman, will be the 9th hitter. Classicals battled around. They throw it into left field, right field, excuse me. They got the bunt down. Whitney got to it very quickly and overthrew first base. And that extends the inning with second and third with 2 outs. And Neva Eth, who single leading off the game and scored, is up for the second time in the inning. In for a strike. Eth is the shortstop for the Lady Rams. Hit foul out of play. Count goes 0-2. Call third strike on the outside corner. So Classical sends 10 to the plate. Half of them score as they put 5 on the board. 5 hits and a walk. The strikeout finally ends the inning. So English has got a hole they got to dig themselves out of, but they got a lot of softball left. I didn't give the batting order for Classical. I'll do that when the second inning starts. But for English, it's Kelsey McNeil, the right fielder, leading off. Shortstop Kate Johansson will bat second. Pitching and batting third, Janessa Lopez. The third baseman, Jari Perez, will hit number 4. Catching and batting fifth, Autumn Whitney. The left fielder, Allie Chen, will hit number 6. Playing center field and batting 7th, Liana Pinero. Ariana Laboy, the first baseman, hits number 8. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order is the second baseman, Angelo Martinez. And while I have an opportunity, I'll do it for classical as well. Neva Eth, the shortstop, leads off. Michaela Porsche on the pitcher, bats second. Izzy Fessler will catch and bat third. In a cleano spot is Manuela Lozado, the center fielder. Reese Sprinkler will play first and bat fifth. Rachel Dana will bat sixth and play left field. Batting seventh, Emily Teneo, the third baseman. The right fielder, Gianna Coito, will hit number 8. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order is the second baseman, Amanda Tobin, batting ninth. So Kelsey McNeil will face Michaela Poisson on the mound for the Lady Rams. High and tight for a ball. High again, 2-0. McNeil is the right fielder for the Lady Bulldogs. In for a strike. Hit foul off the backstop. Wish I'm trying to come all the way back. The payoff pitch up and coming. That one foul to the backstop. Call third strike. She comes all the way back and gets her. That'll bring up Kate Johansson, the shortstop. Been bouncing back and forth between second and short. Like Chen out in left field for English. Chen was the center fielder the first game we did. Last game against Somerville, she played shortstop. Now she's out in left field, so they bounce her all over. High for a ball. A few fans have showed up for this one. Early morning on a holiday. Slice foul off to the right side. High for a ball. Oh, she lost her. Gives up the walk. Is there Hanson? Janessa Lopez, the pitcher, will be the hitter. High and tight for a ball. In for a strike. Just enough of a breeze to make it a little cool. Low for a ball. We haven't been lucky with the weather. Some of these games have been a chore. It's been so cold. High and tight for a ball. So Portion behind again. She's been behind all 3 hits. She come back and got the first one. Walked the second one. And that might have been ball 4. Lopez swung through that high pitch. Missing inside for ball 4. So after a strikeout, back-to-back walks put 2 on for Javi Perez, the third baseman. Up and away for a ball. In for a strike. They throw it down. They got her picked off. Out at third base. They picked her off. They threw. Push on. Spun, threw the ball to the second baseman, and the runner was off the bag and got picked off. A big break for Klasko. Up and away for a ball. Just quickly threw the ball a second. The runner was off the bag and was forced to go to third, and they threw her out. High for a ball. So Porchon helped herself with that play. Picking off the runner. And Tobin made the nice throw to the third baseman, Teneo. And there's another walk. So the pickoff becomes very important because now instead of 3 on and 1 out, it's 2 on with 2 out. Autumn Whitney, the catcher, is the hitter. Swing and a miss. Get out in front just enough to pull it foul past third base. And it's 0-2. Try to change up, it stayed high and inside. Good idea with the changeup, but she couldn't get over the plate. Started high and stayed high. Swing and a miss. So she gets She walks 3 in the inning. She strikes 2 out. She helped herself out, getting the pick off at second base. So English threatens, but they go down in the first inning. At the end of 1, it's Classical 5. Lynn English, nothing. Michaela Poisson, the pitcher, will lead off the second inning. She singled in a run and scored a run. It's a foul past third base. She gets the bunt down, and they throw it away. She's going to keep going all the way to third. So she winds up at third on the error. She laid down a perfect bunt. Lopez got to it very quickly and looked like she had the play, but she threw it over the boy's head. Izzy Fessler popped up to the second baseman in the first inning. So Klaska right back at it. They have a runner at third with nobody out. Hit in the air a mile. What a play by the center fielder. The runner is out, the hitter is out. The coach, and he has a legitimate gripe. The runner can go as soon as the outfielder touches the ball. We've watched Pinero. She's an outstanding outfielder. She made a great play against Somerville that took 2 runs away. Now she makes another great play, but the coach is correct. As soon as the ball is touched by the outfield, the runner can go. She had it. She bobbled it. The runner tagged up and scored. So the runner's going to count after they check with the plate umpire. She had it. It popped up in the air, and as soon as it popped up in the air, the runner took off from third, which allows her to score. They called her out, but it won't be a double play. Poisson will score. And Fessel will get a sacrifice and an RBI. But another great play by Pinero. She's left-handed. She reached over the shoulder going back. That looked like it was going by her. It was going to be extra bases, at least a triple. She went back, got a glove on it, popped it up in the air, and grabbed it. So they get the run, but they would have had a runner probably at third with a run in and nobody out. They still have the run in, but there's one out. Low for a ball. Manuela Lozado doubled in a run and scored. So she's 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. Up for the second time here. We're only in the second inning. Chased that pitch that was down and in on the hands and fouled it back. Hit off the second baseman's glove. They throw it away. Another error. She thought about going to second, but stayed at first. Glasgow really helping English out. Throwing the ball around quite a bit. Two errors and three hitters in this inning. Reese Sprinkler walked and scored. And she gets hit by the pitch. So first and second with one out. One run in. Fake the bunt, and the runner steals. So second and third now with one out. The hitter fakes like she's going to bunt to distract the catcher so the hitters can steal the bases. High for a ball. Rachel Dana struck out swinging her one trip. In for a strike. In for a strike again. The runner at third, Lozado, trying to tempt Whitney into making a throw, hoping she'll throw it away. Tried to check her swing and wound up a foul tip off the backstop. Pitch was up and away. She started the swing, held up, but it hit the bat. Hit in the air. Long run for Chen. Foul ball. Hit in the air to left field. Chen makes the play. The run will score. So Danny gets a sacrifice fly. Costco's added two more. Emily Teneo doubled in a run and scored. She ripped it. A solid shot into left center field. Low for a ball. The runner takes off. They throw it away. She stopped like she was going to be out. Brinkler. Another error in the inning by English. And Glasgow's put three on the board. They lead it now 8-0. In for a strike. In for a strike again. They batted 10 in the first inning. Tanea was the sixth hitter in this inning. Down and in for a ball. Hit foul, out of play. Over the classical dugout. High for ball 4. So errors, another walk now extends the inning. Jana Cueto singled in a run, her one trip. Swing and a miss. Low for a ball, the runner takes off. In with a stolen base. Costco has their running shoes on. Off the catcher. So the wild pitch puts the runner at third. High for a ball. Guido was the seventh hitter in the inning. After batting 10 in the first inning. Down and in. And it's ball 4. So back-to-back walks extend the inning for Amanda Tobin, the second baseman. Up and away for a ball. Costco hit the ball in the first inning. They got 5 hits for the 5 runs. They've only got 1 hit. In fact, they don't. They have no hits here in this inning. And they put 3 on the board. Costco's throwing the ball around. In for a strike. Top of the order, the shortstop on deck. Call third strike right down the pipe. So they finally get out of the inning. Classical sends 8 to the plate. They score 3 more without a hit. A hit batsman, a walk, a couple of errors. They threw the ball around, a couple of sacrifice flies. She picked up her second strikeout. And for English, it'll be 6, 7, and 8 to start the bottom of the second inning. Allie Chan is the hitter for English as we start the bottom of the second inning. She's the left fielder too. She plays everywhere. She was center field one game, short another game. Now she's in left. She does a good job wherever she is. And she's not a bad hitter. Hit in the air. Amanda Tobin, the second baseman, will make the play. One up, one down in the second inning. Leania Pinero, who made that outstanding play in center field, taking extra bases away from Fessler. Way up and in for a ball. She's all lefty. Throws lefty, bats lefty. She's a nice little player. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. One, two, the count. Hit foul off the backstop. Pinero stays alive. Low and away for a ball, evens the count. This is, as I always like to say, when these two teams get together, Thanksgiving and whatever month it is, the boys' version will be this afternoon. Usually all the games vacation week at 10 o'clock. Call third strike. But the boys will be playing at 4 o'clock. In for a strike. Ariana LeBoy, the first baseman. She also does some pitching. Down and away for a ball. She's all left hand too. Throwing, hitting. Same spot. Didn't miss by much, but it was just outside. And it's 2-1. Geez, that pitch might have been up and in. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in inning number 2. A few more fans have showed up. around the outfield fence. Early morning, holiday. Still can't settle down. Still can't get into those shorts and t-shirts. Missing for ball 4. That's the 4th walk given up by Poisson. She picked one of them off in the first inning after walking 3 in a row. Low for a ball. Angela Martinez, the second baseman, is the hitter. She's the 9th hitter in the inning. She's batting for the first time. The 9th hitter for Classical has batted twice. In for a strike. Waves at that pitch for strike 2. Hit right back to the pitcher. Poisson takes a step and a half to her right, feels it, throws the hitter out. Well, she's helped herself a couple of times with a pickoff and now an assist. Classical's down in the second. We played 2 complete in this rivalry between these two teams, English and Classical. Classical leading English 8-0. Top of the order for Classical. S, the shortstop. She'll be up for the 3rd time, and we're in the 3rd inning. She batted twice in the first inning when Classical sent 10 to the plate. She didn't bat in the second inning when Classical sent 8, but now she'll lead off the 3rd. She singled and scored. Now she hits the first pitch in the air to Chen in left field. She singled and scored and was called on strikes, all of that coming in the first inning. So for the first time in 3 innings, Lopez gets the leadoff hitter out. Poisson, the pitcher, has singled in a run and scored, reached on error and scored. She pops it up. Second baseman Martinez calls everybody off and makes the play. 2 quick outs in the 3rd inning. 2 very quick outs. Issy Fessler popped the second. She hit a shot to left center field and was robbed of extra bases by Pinero in a great catch. But it was a sacrifice fly. She got an RBI, so she's 0 for 1, but Pinero took extra bases, at least a double, maybe a triple, away with that great catch. That one hit her in the foot. I was waiting to see if it bounced at her foot or hit her in the foot. It hit her in the foot. Second hit batsman by Lopez. Manuela Lizado doubled in a run and scored, reached on error and scored. The runner was going to wait and see. I thought it was a foul ball, but the runner stole second. They send it back. It was a foul tip. Solid shot past third base. She got way out in front of it and pulled it foul. Hit it well, but got out in front and pulled it foul. And does it again. Two solid shots, but way out in front of it, pulling both foul. High for a ball. They throw it down and it goes out into center field. So Fessler steals second with 2 outs. Popped up. Shortstop Johansson makes the play. So a nice inning by Lopez. She hit the batter. But Klaska, for the first time in 3 innings, is shut out. After sending 10 to the plate in the first inning, 8 in the second inning, they only sent 4 in the third. And they're shut down. And we'll move into the bottom half of the third. And it will be the top of the order for English to face Michaela Poisson. She'll start her 3rd inning of work. She's walked 4. She walked 3 in the first inning, but she picked a walk-off at second base before giving up the 3rd walk. And then got a strikeout to get out of the inning. She started the game with a strikeout, ended the inning with a strikeout. In between, she walked 3 in a row, but picked one of them off. And then she got the first 2 out in the second inning, but walked the batter and got the 3rd one out, helping herself with an assist. So she's got 3 strikeouts and an assist in 2 innings. She's involved in 4 of the 6 outs. Actually, 5 of the 6 outs. The pickoff, she started the pickoff at second base. Kelsey McNeil was called on strikes in the first inning. She tries to slap and fouls it off. Tobin, the second baseman, is short and way up, as is virtually the entire infield except for Brinkler at first. She runs up and takes it high for a ball. Ducks under that pitch. In for a strike. She gets her look, and I thought I missed a pitch or 2 somewhere. I thought she was ahead of the count. She's called on strikes for the 2nd time. Kate Johansson drew a walk. And she was at second base when they quickly threw it over, and she got caught off the bag and was forced to try and go to third and got tagged out. Down and in for a ball. Hit to third. and they throw it away. Johansson's on for the second time. She's back at second base where she was before. They fielded it quickly, but the throw was, and you have to throw it to get over Reese Brinkler's head. Reese is a very good rebounder in basketball. And he threw it way over her head down the right field line. And Johansson is at second base. Janessa Lopez drew a walk. Hit to right field, over the right fielder's head, all the way back to the fence. Around second, in with a stand-up triple. Lopez, the pitcher, helps herself. Johansson held up to see if the ball would be caught, but scores easily enough. So English gets on the board. Lopez helps herself with a triple. And Jerry Lopez, the third baseman, drew a walk her first trip. Takes the pitch for a strike. Solid shot over the right fielder's head. And that one hits Lopez. She's on, Perez. She's on for the second time. The walk, now they hit batsman. First and third for Autumn Whitney, who struck out swinging her one trip. English dugout comes alive with the rally. Swing and a miss, the runner goes to second base. So second and third with one out. English has a run in, looking for more. Quickly 0-2. Up and away for a ball. Hit foul off the backstop. Autumn Whitney, the catcher, stays alive. High for a ball. And she gets hit. Back-to-back hit batsman. And all of a sudden the bases are loaded with Lady Bulldogs. And it brings a trip out to the mound. And anytime there's a trip to the mound, it makes a little convention out in center field with the outfielders. So the inning started with a strikeout. An infield error put Johansson in second. She scored on the triple by Lopez. And then back-to-back hit batsman. Haskell on top 8-1, but English looking to dip into that. Allie Chen popped up to the second baseman, her one trip. Up and away for a ball. She's only given up one hit, but she's walked 4 and hit 2. And it's high and tight for a ball. Swing and a miss. She got his money's worth on that swing, and she swung right through it. And she does it again. 2-2 the count to the Lady Bulldog left fielder. Popped up. First baseman Brinkler in foul territory makes the play. That's a big out. Leah Pinero, the center fielder, called on and strikes her one trip. Waves at the first pitch for strike one. Quickly 2 strikes. Call third strike. So English gets on the board, but they had a golden opportunity to get a few more. With the back-to-back hit batsman, had the bases loaded, a run in, and 1 out. And Pinero gets a pop-up and a strikeout to get out of the inning. So we finished 3 here at the Grace Ricardo softball field. 8-1, Classical over English. 5, 6, and 7 for Classical as we start the 4th inning. I've gone as far without mentioning Joe Moran, the new coach for the Classical softball team. And since I'm mentioning Joe Moran, the new softball coach, I should mention Hunter Moran, the new son for the new softball coach. He became a father, I guess, last week. So congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Moran on welcoming Hunter into the world. And we welcome Joe Moran to the softball world here at Classical. Down and in for a ball. Reese Sprinkler's been on twice. She walked, got hit by a pitch. So she hasn't batted officially, but she scored 2 runs. Off the shortstop's glove for a base hit. So she's on for the 3rd time. He had a big part in Classical's girl basketball team, making it to the state tournament. They had a good year. Rachel Dana has struck out and hit a sacrifice fly to left field. That one bounces to the backstop. Hit in the air to right center field. It's in for a base hit. Brinkler had to wait to see if the ball would be caught, so she'll go to third. Dana's got a base hit. First and third for Classical with nobody out. Emily Teneo has doubled in a run and scored, walked. She's been on base twice. She's 1 for 1 with 2 RBI and a run scored. Off the catcher's glove, the run will score. So the wild pitch. Costco gets the run back. They've got their 8-point cushion back. In for a strike. Hit in the air to the shortstop, Johansson, for the first out of the inning. So they get Teneo for the first time. It'll bring up Gianna Coito, singled in a run and walked. She's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Hit in a right field for a base hit. The run will score. Coito's got her second RBI, her second hit. She's on base for the third time. Amanda Tobin reached on an error and was called on strikes. Is that she squared the bunt to protect the runner, but the runner didn't go. In for a strike. And in with a stolen base. Also just running. Not spending too much time at first base. They stop by Whitney and a pitch in the dirt. Squared the bunt and missed it. Top of the order, F, the shortstop on deck. Waves at it for strike 3 and the ball gets away. Classical's unhappy with the call at first base. They call her out. The runner moves over to third. with 2 outs. As the shortstop singled it a run and scored, fly to left field. Hit foul out of play. Hit to third. Nice play by the third baseman Perez. Goes S out. Classical's down in the top of the fourth. We're halfway through the ballgame. They put 2 more on the board. They did it with 3 base hits. For English, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ariana LeBoy walked her first time up. It'll be LeBoy, Angela Martinez, back to the top of the order, Kelsey McNeil. Foul ball. Hit it right down the third base line. It just skipped outside the line as Teneo was trying to make the play. Way up and in. Evens the count at 1. In for a strike. 1-2 the count to the Lady Bulldog first baseman. Hit foul out of play. Ways for strike 3. She's got at least 1 strikeout in every inning. Actually, she's got 6. She alternates. She got 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Now she starts the 4th with a strikeout. Angela Martinez bounced to the pitcher. And she bounces to the pitcher again. Bushon's making a couple of plays. A pickoff, a couple of ground balls. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. Kelsey McNeil has been called on strikes twice. Low for a ball. Low again, 2-0. In for a strike. 2-1 the count. The Lady Bulldog right fielder. Low for ball 3. I thought it was 3, but now I'm losing count. I'm not seeing him put his arm up for strikeouts, so I'm assuming when he doesn't that it's a ball. But for the third time, McNeil is called on the strikes. I have to pay more attention, I guess. So English is down 2 more strikeouts. 2 strikeouts in 3 of the 4 innings. He got 1. The other one's got 7 strikeouts in 4 innings. We've completed 4. English 10. Lynn Classical 1. These early morning games are getting me. I'm missing strikeouts and I'm giving the wrong score. I must be getting old. It's Classical on top of English. 10-1 as we start the 5th inning. 2, 3, and 4 for the Lady Rams. Caleb Bush on the pitcher, singled in a run and scored. Reached on there and scored. Popped up to the second baseman. He takes the pitch high for a ball. We haven't had many of these morning games, so I'm not used to getting up that early in the morning. On the inside corner for a strike. 1-1. Pitcher against pitcher here. Hits it in the right field for a base hit. She's on for the 3rd time. Four times in 5 innings, Classical has the leadoff hitter on. In the dirt, automatic go to second base. Fessler popped to second. Hit a shot to left center field that Pinero made a great running catch on, taking extra bases away. It was a sacrifice fly. She got an RBI. Last time up, she got hit by a pitch. So she's 0 for 1 with an RBI. Missing inside. Hopped up, out of play. Hit the 3rd foul. Hit foul again off the backstop. Nice play by the third baseman. Perez, hard shot. She fielded it nicely. Throws Fessler out. Push on moves over to third on the play. With one out. Manuela Lozado doubled in a run. Hits this a ton. Chen makes the catch. She went deep to left field. Lozado reached on an error, second time scored. Popped the shot, now she flies, gets a sacrifice fly to left field. Well, she's got a couple of RBIs. She scored twice. Low for a ball. Reese Bickler's run on base 3 times. Walked and scored, got hit by pitch, scored, singled and scored. She hit the trifecta. Walk, hit batsman, hit. Scoring 3. Off the right fielder's glove. That's going to be an error. I'm sorry. She came running in. She had it. Put the glove up. It just went off the glove. Brickler's on for the 4th time. English makes another error. That's a play that should have been made. Rachel Dana struck out, hit a sacrifice fly, singled and scored. Hit to third. Another nice play by the third baseman Perez, her second play in the inning. But Glasgow gets the run. And this could be the last inning unless English scores. Lopez deserved a better fate. She's pitched well enough. Certainly shouldn't be a mercy rule. English has thrown the ball around a bit. It's now 11-1, and English needs to score, or they're going to drop under 500. And even if they score, they're going to have to make a huge comeback. Kate Johansson has walked, reached on her, and she scored the 1 run. In for a strike. Missing inside for a ball. Hit foul in the direction of the English dugout. Hit in the right field for a base hit. Johansson's on for the third time. She hit the trifecta. A walk, an error, and a single. Janessa Lopez walked. She tripled in the one run. She just shot over the right fielder's head. That's only the second hit for the Lady Bulldogs. High again. In for a strike, 2-1. Hit foul out of play. The count evens at 2. Call third strike. Good pitch. She's got at least one an inning. Most of the innings, she's got 2. In for a strike. Jerry Perez walked, got hit by a pitch. Two quick strikes. She's played well at third base, making a couple of plays. She made 2 at the top of this inning. Foul tip. Fessler holds on. So, except for the second inning, she's got 2 strikeouts in each of the 5 innings. She got 1 in the second inning. Hit to first base. Brinkman will make the play. And I thought that did it. I thought that was the mercy rule. But I guess I was wrong. It's a 10-run rule. I thought. English is down. So we're going to move into the top of the 6th with Classical leading English 11-1. Bottom 3 in the order for Classical as we start the 6th inning. I've got to get used to the rules. I thought 10-run was a mercy rule. It must be 10 after 6. Emily Teneo doubled in 2, walked, popped a shot. And she also scored a run. The 2 RBI and the run scored was in the first inning. When Classical sent 10 to the plate and put 5 on the board. Change up by Lopez, just high. That's a good pitch if you can get it over. In for a strike. Lopez has pitched well enough. He just had some tough plays behind her. Glasgow was able to run the bases. We start with a walk. So Tennille's on for the third time in 4 at-bats. Guido has been on base 3 times. Singled in a run. Singled in a run. Sam was in between. She walked. So she's 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. And I apologize if they put pinch hitters up because I can't really tell. This looks like a pinch hitter. And it could very well be Mills hitting for Guido. And the runner takes off. No, you don't. Started to go and then stopped. It's hard to pick up the numbers from out here. And of course, they're not announcing anything. It's not like Frazier Field when we're sitting right behind the hitters and we can tell when they come up. Low for a ball. They throw it down to first. In for a strike. In for a strike again. High for a ball. It was ball 4 anyway. They threw the ball down, but it was ball 4. So back-to-back walks. Start the 6th inning. And this is not Amanda Tobin. I shouldn't say that because I really can't tell. You can't pick up the numbers from out here. Way up for a ball. And it was Mills pinch hitting for Guido. So I'm assuming this might be a pinch hitter as well. I can't tell till they get on base. In the dirt, nice stop by Whitney. In for a strike. In for a strike again. Top of the order, the shortstop, Eth, on deck. Call third strike. Fourth strikeout for Lopez. Eth, the shortstop, singled and scored. Called on the strikes, both in the first inning. Fly to left, ground to the third. So she's 1 for 4 with a run scored. Unless this is a pinch hitter as well. And again, I can't pick up the numbers. Down and in for a ball. Hasn't warmed up a lot. There's still that cold breeze. Spring has sprung. Hit in the center field for a base hit. The runner's going to score. They throw the ball home. They throw it away. I think that I'm trying to read. I get the bottom copy. It's hard to pick up the writing. I think that was Magna, the pinch hitter. Getting the base hit. Another error by English moved the runners up. So second and third now. Push on the pitcher. Singled to the runner, scored. Reached an error, scored. Popped up, singled and scored. So she scored 3. She's got 2 hits. She's been on base 3 times. Call third strike. Two strikeouts in the inning for Lopez. Izzy Fessler popped the second, hit a sacrifice fly, robbed of extra bases on a great play by Panero in center field. Got hit by a pitch, grounded out third to first. In for a strike. She's the Lady Ram catcher. Nice stop by Whitney. Missing inside for a ball. Hit off the third baseman. It'll be a base hit. Fessel will hustle into second on a throwaway. So she's got a base hit, an RBI. Fessel, when they threw the ball around, another error by the Lady Bulldog. She moves over to second base. Second and third, Manuela Lozado doubled in a run and scored. Reached on error, scored. Popped a shot, hit a sacrifice fly. So she's knocked in two and scored two. Unless this is a pinch hitter, because Coach Moran is talking to the plate umpire. I don't know if they're talking about the batting order. And again, I apologize. We can't pick up the numbers when they're at the plate. Virtually impossible to pick up the English numbers. Even with the center fielder right in front of me, it's hard to pick up her number because it just blends in. But Glasgow's numbers are hard to pick up. Chased that pitch. She looked like she tried to hold up, wound up swinging through the pitch up and away. Hit by a pitch. Is going to load the bases. Reese Sprinkler is the hitter. She has walked, hit by a pitch, singled, reached on an error. On base 4 times, scored 3. And I think this is a pinch hitter. Coach Moran going to his bench. So 3 on with 2 out. A couple of walks, a couple of hits, a hit batsman. Two runs in. In for a strike. Waves at that pitch. So 18 was the pinch hitter. For Lozado, but I don't have a number 18 unless it was Newell. guess it was Newell that pinch hit. Fuller's got hit by the pitch. And now the strikeout for the third out. So Lopez strikes out the side for a couple of walks, a hit batsman, a couple of hits. Glasgow puts 2 more on the board. Six strikeouts for Lopez in the game. Gave up 11 hits. "13 runs, but a lot of them were unearned as she saw her team throw the ball around quite a bit. So Mills is in left field. I'm trying to read the last page. The writing doesn't go all the way through. And it's hard to read the last copy. Now I think it's Newell. Who is the second baseman, so I don't know who number 18 is. I think it's Wagner in left field. And Sister Eth is at first base. So they've used their bench. Allie Chen popped to second, popped to first. In for a strike. Up and away for a ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pinero was struck out twice, both of them called. Quickly 2 strikes. Foul tip held on to by Fessler. And that's strike 3. English down to their last out. The only inning she didn't get 2 strikeouts was the second. She got 1. Hit foul off to the left side. one bounces in. 1-1 to Ariana LeBoy, the first baseman, who was walked and struck out swinging. In for a strike. Hit up the middle for a base hit. Third hit of the game for English. And Angela Martinez is a hitter unless they put a pinch hitter in, and again, impossible to pick up the numbers. They're going to have a pinch runner for LeBoy at first base. You have to have x-ray vision to pick up the English numbers. They blend right in the back. Two outs, a runner at first, bottom of the sixth. Glasgow well on their way to go 4-2. Hit to second. They'll make the play at first. And that'll do it. Glasgow will get the mercy rule now, leading by 12. The game will end in 6 innings. Glasgow got 5 in the first inning. An RBI single by Poisson, an RBI double by Lozado, a 2 RBI double by Teneo, and an RBI single by Coito. It was 5-0. They got 3 more in the second inning. A sacrifice fly by Fessler, a sacrifice fly by Dana, and an error scored the third run. English got their run in the third inning. Johansson reached on an error. The pitcher, Lopez, tripled over the right fielder's head to get the run in. The run was unearned. Glasgow got it right back with 2 in the fourth. An RBI single by Coito. A wild pitch brought a run in to make it 10. They got another run in the fifth on a sacrifice fly by Lozado. They got 2 more in the sixth. An RBI single by Magna. An RBI single by Fessler. Made it 13-1, and that was the final score. Poisson on the mound gave up the 1 run that was unearned. Gave up 3 base hits. Struck out 11, walked 4, hit 2. One of the walks was picked off at second base. For English, Johansson was on base 3 times, a walk, an error, a single, scored a run. Lopez had a walk and a triple with an RBI. Perez had a walk and a hit batsman, was on base twice. Whitney was on base with a hit batsman. LeBoy got a base hit, and that was it for the Lady Bulldogs, the 1 run. For Glasgow, had a base hit and scored a run. Magna hitting for her, had an RBI single. Poisson had a big day at the plate. She had 2 base hits, was on base 3 times, scored 3 times, had an RBI. Fessler had 2 RBI with a sacrifice fly. A single, was on base 3 times. Lozado had an RBI double, reached on an error, had a sacrifice fly. She knocked in 2, scored 2. Reese Brinkler was on base 4 times. A walk, a hit batsman, a hit, an error, scored 3 times. Rachel Dana had a sacrifice fly, singled and scored a run. Teneo had 2 walks, knocked in 2 with a double, scored 2. Carrito had an RBI single, walked, had an RBI single, was on base 3 times with 2 RBI. Mills hitting for her, walked and scored a run. So everybody getting the act for the Classical. English made, helped out with a few errors. And there were walks involved, a couple of hit batsmen. But the walks didn't really hurt that much. The errors, they threw the ball around a bit, and it cost them, as Classical gets the mercy rule at the 6 innings. Classical puts 13 on the board and holds English to 1 unearned run. A nice pitching performance by Michaela Poisson, as Classical will now go to 4-2, and English will drop to 2-3. And Joe Moran, the new coach at Classical, gets his first win in the intercity rivalry, English against Classical. So he's 1 up. So Classical gets the bragging rights for this one. English will have a chance later on to answer back and tie it up. But right now, the bragging rights go to Classical as they win it 13-1 over English. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.